Hi friends, welcome back to Sanita Makes Crochet Items. We're going to go ahead and start part 2 of the Happy Feet Penguin. You'll need today for part 2 is your body color, which is whatever color you use for your wings, and then a base color, preferably white or a letter color. But I'm going to use these pink and beige. You'll also need your eyes. I'm going to use these, I want to say they're 15mm eyes, but you can use whatever size eyes you have on hand. You'll need the beak as well and the wings. And then we'll work up part 2. It's going to be most of the head and then part of the body, also on the arms, and then we'll be ready for part 3. I decided to break it down into 3 parts. Part 2 of the head, you're going to go ahead and do 8 single crochets in a magic circle. Okay, so you got 8 single crochets in a magic circle. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll close up the circle. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my second color to start the row. So now you're going to go ahead and do an increase in each of these 8 stitches. At the end of the row, you should have 16 stitches. Okay, coming up to my last stitch, which is an increase. There you have it. You should have 16 stitches at the end of row 2. I'm going to go ahead and just cinch it up just a little bit, but I'm going to drop this tail here and just use it as stuffing. Go on to row 3. Row 3 is just an increase in a single crochet. So 1 single crochet in the first stitch, increase in the next, and follow that all the way until you get to the end of the row, and you should have 24 stitches. Okay, so that was the end of row 3. You should have 24 stitches. I did double check and I do have 24. For row 4, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase. So repeat that all the way until you get to here. At the end of this row, which is row 4, you should have 32 stitches. I'll meet you back up when I get to the stitch marker. Okay, so I'm at my last 3 stitches. We're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 and then increase in the last stitch. So at the end of row 4, you should have 32 stitches. Okay, so row 5 is where it gets a little tricky. You're going to go ahead and single crochet in the next 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So now you're going to go ahead and start your color change. So I like to pull up this loop so that it's a little bit longer, and then on the top of the stitch and the sidebar you're gonna stick your hook in there. This is how we're gonna do the color change. Bring in your face color and then swoop it into that stitch. Okay, so now you're going to carry both tails, this tail and the tail of the body color, and then you're just going to single crochet like normal, and you're going to do 3 single crochets in this color. And I just crochet over the tail just to keep it nice and clean. So since you have this one sitting out, you're going to go ahead and pull the tail for that one, and that is cinch it in. I don't know, so you can see. So see, it kind of leaves it with a clean stitch. So you're going to do the same thing. Pull this out a little bit, go in the top loop and the sidebar, and then you're going to pick up your body color. Don't split your yarn, but then you're going to go through and you're going to single crochet 4. And then, like before, you just carry the tails and crochet over it. 1, 2, 3, and the last one is 4. Pull it up. Sorry, Duncan's impatient. Pull this tail so this one can go in, and then go on the top loop and the sidebar, and then pick up your working yarn and go through, and then you're going to go ahead and single crochet 3 for the face color. 1, 2, 3. Same thing, pull it up a little bit or a lot, and then pull this one so this one goes in. There you go. It leaves a nicer edge. And then again, you're going to go through the top of the loop and then the side of the leg and bring over your body color. Move it up. And then you're going to single crochet 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There you have it. And I'm going to go ahead and close this by pulling the working tail of the face color, just so that it can go back in this little spot. So there you should have row 5 completed. That was 11 single crochets in the body color, 3 in the face color, 4 in the body, 3 in the face, and then another 11 in the body. And that'll bring you to the end of row 5. Okay, so for row 6, we are going to, at the end of row 5, you should have 32 stitches still. row 6, we're going to do together. You're going to single crochet 10 in the body color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pull that up, and you should have one extra stitch there, which is perfectly fine because the next set of colors of the face, which I'm gonna bring this way so it doesn't get tangled. You're going to bring this over this way, and you're going to single crochet 5. So remember, since you want it to keep it clean, you're going to kind of lift this up and crochet over both of these stitches. So we're going to single crochet 5 in the base color. 1, and just carry those tails. 2, 3, 4, and then one more in this body color. That's 5. Okay, and you can do the same thing. Pull that up and go through the top and the side. I'm gonna flip that over, and then remember you have to pull this tail through. And then now you go ahead and pull that through and single crochet 2 in the body color. So, and we're still crocheting over those tails. 1 and 2. Go to the top and the side. Pull this one through so you can get that tail all the way through. I'm going to flip that over and then pull this through. And remember, you're going to do 5 more in this color. 1. And I like to just crochet over the tops. 2, 3, 4. The last one here is 5. Okay, and now you're gonna close this one up. So pull that so it goes all the way through. Pull this up and go through the top and the bottom, or the side I should say. And then you're going to crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one is 10. So there you have it, row 6. You should have 10 at the end of the body color, but at the end of the row you still have 32 stitches. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this so that I don't forget it. Okay, so row 7, what you're gonna do is 10 single crochets in the body color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pull that up Go through the top and the side and carry over this tail of the body color. I like to just pull it up. And then you're going to single crochet 13. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. Make sure you carry your tail because you'll need it for this side. So let's do that again. Carry both tails over. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the last stitch here is 13. And then go ahead and pull this side. And then we're going to go to the top and the side. Just going to flip the color so it's not in my way. And then pull it up with this color. And then we're going to single crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There you have it. And you can go ahead and pull this tail here. So it's gonna start to cup a little bit and you can see the base forming. Now what you just did, you're gonna repeat it for 2 more rows. So 10 single crochets in the body color, 13 in the face color, and then 9 in the body color. And at the end of that row, these rows I should say, you should still have 32 stitches. Okay, so I made it to row 9 and I did it 13 of the face. Now we're gonna go ahead and just cut the face color. Just a long enough tail so that you can kind of clean up this face part. But we're gonna go ahead and finish pull it through and you should have 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So at the end of row 9, you're going to go ahead and cut the face color. Oh, I did it again. I forgot to pull the sides, so let's back it up just a little bit. Make sure you pull your color first. And then pull through. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so that's better. So as you can see, I'm gonna pull this up a little bit. This is where I took this tail from the face and kind of cleaned up this edges. But if you like it rough like that, you can keep it that way. So at this point, you're going to go ahead and since you already got your needles out, you're going to sew in the beak. And where I put the beak is right underneath this little bee. Okay, so right here where you have it, just stitch the beak in. Just make sure you don't crochet over that side. Okay, sorry, I had stop the recording because life. So you sewed on your beak, you add the eyes. Look how cute these eyes are super cute. So we're gonna go ahead and work on the body, but go ahead and clean up what you have to. Like all these tails, if you don't like them, you can cut them out, but I just like to keep them inside. Extra stuffing, but it's up to you. Okay, we're gonna start the body, and with the body, you're gonna start off with a decrease and 3 single crochets. And you're gonna do that 6 times. At the end of this row, you should have 25 stitches. So decrease, 1, 2, 3, and here it's really tight, so I just skip that one and it's just do 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease, 1, 2, 3, decrease, 1, 2, 3, decrease, 1, 2, 3, and then the last 2 stitches you're just going to do a decrease. So at the end of this row, his head should kind of cuff in a little bit. You should have 25 stitches. There you have it. Cute. Okay, so for row 2 of the body, you're going to increase in the first stitch, 1, 2, and then you're going to do that sequence of 3 single crochets and an increase, which will give you 5 stitches, and you do that 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, last set, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So at the end of this row, you should have 32 stitches. Okay, so for the next row, which is row 3 of the body, you're going to go ahead and increase and then single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat that one more time. increase, 1, 2, single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. So you're going to increase, so that's 2 in this stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 3. So 1, 2, and 3. You're going to increase again, single crochet in the next 2, 1, 2, increase, single crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, 3, increase, one less, sorry, 1, 2, and then you're going to repeat this sequence twice. So you single crochet in the next 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, single crochet in the next 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then increase in the last stitch. Okay, so at the end of this row, it brings you up to 40 stitches. So for row 4, you're just going to single crochet all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. So at the end of row 4, you should have 40 stitches. Look at how cute it is. Okay, so I'm going to stop after row 4 and sew in the arms. So get your arms, and basically you're just going to add them right at the corner of the cheeks. And I like to tilt it just a little bit. Kind of like that. And then I like to sew at the bottom too. There you have it. Flap it back down and then just tack it down. And see how it has a hole there? I'm just gonna close that hole up. And bring it back down. Go ahead and repeat that on the other side with the other one. I'm gonna do it off camera because it's getting loud. I'll be back. Alright, so for the next 2 rows, go ahead and do a single crochet around. You should have 40 stitches at the end of row 5 and 6. Alright, so at the end of row 6, you should have 40 stitches. I'm finishing up here. And basically, you should have gotten the face completed, the arms sewn in, the eyes and the beak put on, and there you have it. Part 2 of Happy Feet is complete. Stay tuned for part 3, which is finishing it up. Hi my beautiful friends, how did you do? You should have gotten the top of the face and all this completed and ending in row 6, which is the last 3 rows of 40. So you should have 40 count here. And I'll meet you up for part 3. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys for part 3. Take care.